So here's a case study with M&S, which was put together by one of the recruitment managers. How I'm going to start, I'm just going to give some top-line information. So to begin with, M&S's turnover is 10.6 billion. They just have over 1,000 stores in the UK, and have a presence in 455 international markets across 54 territories. They just have over 85,000 employees, I should say, and they serve 34 million customers every single week. So just with those stats, it kind of gives you like a somewhat indication of what their attrition would be. In addition to that, they're one of the third largest coffee chain in the UK. In addition to having some pretty significant trained lingerie advisors who fit 8,000 people each day. So it's a pretty quirky stat. In addition to that, they are the #1 retailer for kids' clothing, and 1 in 4 men wear M&S underwear in the UK. But I think the message behind that is M&S want to have their employees to effectively be the same as their customers, have the same face, have the same interpretation, same message, same vision. And just to kind of get a bit deeper into that, M&S's high volume recruitment population is within the customer assistant roles. And effectively they receive 35,000 to 40,000 applications each year. Their peaks tend to be in Easter, summer, and around the Christmas period. Laterally, the most busiest time is Christmas, starting from September, ending in beginning of December. And as a result of that, they receive around, on average, 225,000 applications. Here's just a quick overview of the resourcing delivery model. So it effectively begins with their Centre of Excellence, which is within their central recruitment team. And they're accountable for M&S's policy and strategy, which is supported by WCN, the applicant tracking system, and effectively within that system, they use it for testing and interview scheduling. Within their stores, they use store recruiters and line managers to conduct their face-to-face assessments, which is all complemented by their HR shared service, which is based out of Manchester. That's HR shared service, also deals with store and candidate support, in addition to resourcing administration. So here's the recruitment workflow. So it just shows the journey of a candidate. So effectively, and it just shows the journey of the candidate and effectively what M&S do when they raise a requisition. So it starts with a member of the store team, posting the vacancy through WCN. The next step is the candidate applies to WCN and submits an application, and then they go through bespoke testing. And if they're successful, they can select an interview schedule or slot that's already been predefined or predetermined by the store team. So the store team effectively give availability of slots that they effectively a candidate can select when they've gone through this process. So if the candidate's successful, they're invited for an in-store assessment, which is usually conducted by one of the line managers or the store recruitment team. And if they're successful, again, they come in again for another face-to-face interview. The most critical part, which is important for M&S, is the next step, where we automate and send out their contracts, their candidates or job seekers' contract, in addition to the offer letters. One of the key steps, the key most important parts of this process for M&S is that their store team or M&S employee only touches the system twice in this process, which just empowers them to effectively hire people a lot quicker. One of the other main benefits is, from a candidate's perspective, is that we limit the amount of applications or how many times they can apply for one role. So it's effectively one per role per candidate, avoiding store conflict. And within that functionality, M&S have the ability to do a duplication check. So, for example, if a candidate applies for a role in store A, there's a 6-month window before they can apply again. But if they try to apply within that 6-week window at store B, for example, they'll get a message saying, hey, you can't complete your application because you've applied for this role and you have 6 months before you can apply again. In addition to that, there's one clean, clear application flow. So the candidate there isn't no break in terms of the application, and making an application, so they don't have to come back and revisit and submit more information. As a result of this, M&S have a typical time to hire of 3 days. And this is dependent on location, the candidate as well, which is obviously very, very good, and obviously empowers them to make hires really quickly and get people into stores really quickly. In addition to that, just because it empowers M&S to have a more robust application workflow. So it gives the applicant, it empowers the applicant to complete the application as quickly as possible, and empowers them to get a job really quickly. So effectively, M&S could post a role on a Monday, interview a candidate on a Tuesday, and based on the candidate's availability, they can start on a Wednesday. Within an ATS system, there are 1,000 decisions per minute, and effectively this can help you have an optimized attraction strategy. You can get the maximum candidate engagement and conversion. In addition to enhancing identification of a diverse talent pool, which again reinforces the message of M&S trying to have people or employees who are like their customers.